Hey there, it's me. Welcome back. Before we start, here's a quick note. This video is an overview of a few thousand-year-old military book. So some of the language might be outdated or offensive by today's standards. But the lessons contained within the text are still relevant to this day. With that said, let's dive in. It's also important to understand that Sun Tzu wrote his book over 2,000 years ago during a time when warfare was very different than it is today. There were no tanks, airplanes, or nuclear weapons. Battles were fought primarily with swords, spears, and arrows. Despite these differences, The Art of War is still considered to be one of the most important books on military strategy ever written. And its teachings have been used by military leaders throughout history, including Hannibal Barca, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Mao Zedong. So what makes The Art of War so special? What is it about this ancient book that has made it so influential over the centuries? One of the main reasons for the book's enduring popularity is its focus on strategy and tactics rather than brute force. As we've already discussed, Sun Tzu believed that the best way to win a war was not to have the biggest army or the strongest weapons, but to use strategy and tactics to outmaneuver and outthink one's opponent. This is a lesson that is just as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. In fact, many of the world's most successful businesses and leaders, from Apple to Nelson Mandela, have achieved success by using strategy, creativity, and diplomacy to overcome obstacles rather than relying on brute force or intimidation. Another reason for the book's enduring popularity is its focus on the importance of knowing your enemy and yourself. As Sun Tzu famously wrote, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle." This is a lesson that is just as true today as it was when Sun Tzu first wrote it down. Whether we're talking about business, politics, or personal relationships, it's essential to understand both our own strengths and weaknesses and those of our opponents. Without this understanding, we're unlikely to come out on top. Finally, it's important to note that The Art of War is not just a book about warfare. In fact, its lessons can be applied to virtually any aspect of life. The book's teachings can help us become better leaders, managers, negotiators, and decision-makers. In short, The Art of War is a timeless classic that has stood the test of time. Its lessons are as relevant today as they were when Sun Tzu first wrote them down, and will continue to be relevant for many years to come. Now let's dive into the main points of each chapter. Chapter 1: Laying Plans, the Calculations. The book opens with a bang, stating that the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting at all. Winning isn't everything. How you win matters. Clever planning and forethought are key to achieving victory. Just like in a game of chess, anticipating your opponent's moves and having a solid strategy in place is crucial. The Art of War highlights 5 key factors that determine the outcome of a battle: moral law, heaven, earth, commander and method, and discipline. Moral law refers to unity and righteousness. When your troops are united in their purpose and fighting for a righteous cause, they're more likely to succeed in battle. Heaven refers to timing and opportunity. It's essential to strike at the right moment when the odds are in your favor. Earth refers to the terrain and conditions of the battleground. Understanding the lay of the land and using it to your advantage can make all the difference. The commander refers to the skill and experience of the military leader. A good commander is able to inspire and motivate their troops, make sound decisions, and adapt to changing circumstances. Finally, method and discipline refer to the organization and training of the military force. A well-trained, disciplined, and organized force is more likely to prevail in battle. In short, Chapter 1 lays the groundwork for the rest of the book, emphasizing the importance of preparation, strategy, and adaptability in achieving success in warfare. Chapter 2: Waging War. Now that you've got your ducks in a row, it's time to take action. But remember, dragging a war out for too long isn't a smart move. Prolonged conflicts drain your resources and wear down your troops and the public's patience. It's like running a marathon. You need a strategy to pace yourself and conserve energy. So be efficient, decisive, and end the conflict as quickly as possible. Remember, the longer the war drags on, the greater the risk of losing not just your resources, but also public support. Chapter 3. Attack by Stratagem. The best type of victory is the one where you win without even fighting. Instead of just focusing on the enemy's soldiers, try to outsmart their strategy. Attack their plans, their logistics, their alliances, and their morale. Remember, war is more than just brute force. It's a battle of wits. Chapter 4. Tactical Dispositions. Before you go on the offensive, make sure to secure yourself. Build strong defenses, gather intelligence, and choose your moment to attack carefully. Don't expose your weaknesses to the enemy. Remember, stability and preparedness are key before you strike. Like a boxer, you need to protect yourself before throwing a punch. Chapter 5. Energy Directing. There are two ways to attack your enemy: directly or indirectly. Imagine playing a musical instrument. Direct attacks are like hitting the notes directly. Indirect attacks are like adding harmony and rhythm to your playing. Both are important. So find the right balance between direct action and creativity in your approach to achieving your goals. Keep in mind, sometimes going around an obstacle is easier than trying to go over it. Chapter 6. Weak Points and Strong. Every army has its weak points and strong points. Your job is to exploit the weak points and avoid the strong ones. Stay unpredictable and keep your opponent guessing. Don't let them get too comfortable with your patterns. Remember, adaptability and awareness are your secret weapons. Chapter 7. Maneuvering. Moving your troops around requires skill and finesse. Make sure to coordinate your movements, boost troop morale, and maintain order. Don't exhaust your troops or expose them to unnecessary risks. Leadership is not just about giving orders. It's about guiding and inspiring your troops to victory. Chapter 8. Variation in Tactics. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to achieving success. Be flexible and adapt your strategies based on the circumstances. Don't be afraid to change course if things aren't working out. Remember, rigidity can lead to failure, but flexibility can pave the way for success. Chapter 9. The Army on the March. Whether you're leading an army or a team, you need to pay attention to your surroundings. Study the terrain, weather, and other conditions to get a sense of the challenges ahead. Think of it like reading a roadmap. Knowing where you are and where you're going is essential for success. Also, learn to read the signs and spot opportunities and potential threats. Don't be afraid to take risks, but also avoid unnecessary dangers. Stay sharp and adaptable, and remember that awareness is key to success. Chapter 10. Terrain. There are 6 types of terrain that can affect how you wage war. Each terrain requires a different strategy and mindset. So make sure to study the terrain thoroughly before making any decisions. Your location can make or break your chances of success. So choose wisely and adapt your strategies accordingly. Chapter 11. The 9 Situations. There are 9 situations on the battlefield that can affect the outcome of a battle. For example, desperate ground, where the army is in a tight spot, or dispersive ground, where the army is spread out and vulnerable. Each situation requires a different strategy and mindset. So it's essential to assess the situation accurately and adapt accordingly. Chapter 12. The Attack by Fire. Using the environment to your advantage is a powerful strategy. Fire can cause confusion, disrupt plans, and strike fear into the hearts of your enemies. But remember, fire is a double-edged sword. Use it wisely and with caution. Chapter 13. The Use of Spies. Information is power. Spies can provide valuable insights into the enemy's plans, strengths, and weaknesses. There are various types of spies, from local informants to enemy soldiers who have defected. Use them wisely and handle them with care. Knowledge is the ultimate weapon. It allows you to make informed decisions Anticipate your opponent's moves and develop effective strategies. In the game of war, as in life, the more knowledge you have, the better prepared you'll be to navigate the challenges that come your way. From military strategies to business tactics, the lessons in the art of war are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. Sun Tzu's teachings offer a timeless guide to achieving success in virtually any endeavor. So whether you're looking to outmaneuver your competition, lead a team to victory, or simply make better decisions in life, the principles outlined in this ancient text can provide valuable insights. By studying the art of war and applying its lessons to your own life, you can become a master strategist and increase your chances of success in whatever challenges you may face. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and comment on which lesson spoke to you most. We'll see you next time.